Moving on, AIADMK Deputy General Secretary TTV Dinakaran has reached Delhi to appear before the Delhi police in the cash for symbol case. India Today, in the meanwhile, has accessed exclusive details on the line of questioning. According to sources, he will be confronted with the middleman and co-accused Sukesh Chandrasekhar, and the police will also try to investigate the complicated money trail. Involvement of Election Commission officials in the entire conspiracy will also be probed. The Delhi police has summoned AIADMK leader TTV Dinakaran to appear for his alleged involvement in the two-leaf party symbol bribery case. Security has already been tightened outside the Delhi police crime branch office, where Dinakaran is going to be produced. He has been accused of paying a bribe of 60 crore rupees to middleman Sukesh Chandrasekhar, a known conman, a repeat offender, in return for the AIADMK party's two leaves logo.
Mr. Dinakaran has given a big challenge to the democratic process, and certainly this is a very, very serious issue. If the election commission is the one which conduct the democratic process in the country, if somebody attempted to bribe that election commission, definitely it's a very, very serious offence which they will investigate.
Let's go straight across now to India Today's Ilma, who's tracking all the developments. Ilma, has TTV Dinakaran reached? Tell us what's happening.
Well, Avantika, TTV Dinakaran has reached his flight, landed a while ago, but he's still not exited the airport. So far, what has happened is we have seen M. Sambhidharai leave the airport. In fact, he spoke to the media where he said that the accusations made against Dinakaran are false. He said the Election Commission is an independent organization. So, bribery, offering a bribe of the tune of 50 crores is out of question. Sambhidharai also said that TTV Dinakaran will cooperate fully with whatever goes on in terms of the investigation. He said he's not willing to comment further. Now, we do know that TTV Dinakaran's flight landed a while ago, but he's still to leave. What we do know is that once he comes out, he will be rushed to the crime branch where the investigations will start, Avantika.
Absolutely. And Ilma, the charge against him is of bribery. It's a very serious charge. Tell us a little bit more about the kind of questions that will be put forth to the AIADMK leader. And are you hearing any news about the fact that he might perhaps be interrogated jointly with Sukesh Chandrasekhar?
Well, Avantika, Delhi police has revealed some of the evidence that they have against TTV Dinakaran. Without it, a summon would not have been possible. Our sources at the Delhi police have been telling us that they do have a list of questions
Okay, Ilma there telling us a little bit more about TTV Dinakaran, AIADMK leader, who has reached Delhi. But what she just told us is that Mr. Dinakaran hasn't really stepped out of the airport just as yet. He's going to make an appearance before the Delhi police. He was asked, in fact, to join the probe into the charges of trying to bribe election officials to get the prized symbol of the AIADMK, the two leaves logo. So TTV Dinakaran, these are visuals of TTV Dinakaran at the Chennai airport, and we're going to get you visuals of once Mr. Dinakaran leaves the Delhi airport. He's already reached Delhi. He in fact had been served summons by a team of the Delhi police at his Chennai residence for joining the probe as well. Ilma is with us again. Ilma, tell us a little bit more about the line of questioning.
Well, Delhi police, Avantika, as I mentioned earlier, has revealed some of the evidence that they have found against TTV Dinakaran. Our sources at the Delhi police are telling us that they have a list of questions prepared. We are expecting them to ask Dinakaran about the 1.3 crores that was seized from Sukesh Chandrasekhar. Additionally, they're trying to also find a link between Sukesh and Dinakaran, exactly how it is that they got in touch. There were handbags and luxury watches that were also received from Sukesh Chandrasekhar. So the Delhi police is expected to ask Dinakaran about that as well. What they're trying to do right now is form a link, and what we're hearing from our sources at the Delhi police is that after initial investigation is done, the police will also be making Sukesh and Dinakaran confront each other. The investigation will happen jointly post that.
And, these revelations could also be very useful for the Delhi police, which are trying to investigate the case. I mean, you have TTV Dinakaran on one side, who have vehemently denied all the charges and refusing. All right, Ilma, we have lost you, but we'll go back to Ilma in just a bit. But the big news there is that TTV Dinakaran has finally reached Delhi. He's going to be making an appearance before the Delhi police. In fact, India Today has also accessed a few questions and there is news that probably he would be confronted with Sukesh Chandrasekhar, who is a habitual lawmaker, a repeat offender, Ilma, and that's important. I mean, these interrogations would probably give some more information to the Delhi police on the kind of charge that has been made, the acquisition made by Sukesh Chandrasekhar, who has claimed that he has known TTV Dinakaran for the last so many years, and that in fact he allegedly told Dinakaran that he has contacts in the Election Commission. Okay, lots of activity there. This is an important day for TTV Dinakaran because he would be making an appearance before the Delhi police, and all of this is coming at a time when there are talks of a merger between the OPS camp and the EPS camp. TTV Dinakaran here in the national capital having to face the Delhi police. So that is the latest news. We'll just have to wait and watch as to what really comes out of those of the questioning, just for how long TTV Dinakaran is going to be here in Delhi. Those are some of the questions that still one has to wait and watch out for. Ilma, just tell me something. How long will TTV Dinakaran be here in Delhi? How long is the questioning expected to take place?
Well, we know that it'll be a day-long investigation, Avantika, where and TTV Dinakaran has made it very clear that he will cooperate fully with the Delhi police. So he will be here for questioning and for investigation as long as it takes. On the other hand, you also have the Delhi police who have made it very clear that Dinakaran has no option but to comply with whatever it is that they ask him to do, by virtue of the fact that they have ample of evidence against Dinakaran. What we're hearing now is that he does have support from the likes of Thambit Durai, who just exited the airport, saying that no one can attempt to even bribe the Election Commission, which is an independent organization. But Dinakaran has made it very clear that he will be cooperating with them. Delhi police sources have been telling us the sort of questions that they will be asking of Thambit Durai. They've said that they're going to try to form a link between Sukesh Chandrasekhar and between TTV Dinakaran. Okay. They're also saying that they're going to try to find out exactly how it was the money trail that went by, who all Sukesh Chandrasekhar was in touch with to get to TTV Dinakaran, what were the promises exactly made by Sukesh Chandrasekhar, if and when he accepted this amount, what did he assure the TTV Dinakaran, if he did it all, of the promises that would happen? Would his side get the two-leaf symbol? So those are the questions that still remain to be answered, Avantika.
Absolutely. We are also joined by India Today's Deputy Editor Priyamvata for more on this. Priyamvata, Sukesh Chandrasekhar, the middleman, has been singing in custody. He's been making a lot of revelations. He claims to have known TTV Dinakaran for the last 4 years, even alleging that he had made a promise to TTV Dinakaran, something that has been vehemently denied by TTV Dinakaran. So it'll be very interesting what really comes out from the questioning. How really will the Delhi police be able to connect the dots and also try and figure out that complicated money trail?
Absolutely. Delhi police needs to nail this if they want to arrest. They need a solid evidence. They need all the connections. Of course, Dinakaran has been denying knowing Sukesh Chandrasekhar, considering his background and how he had got arrested in 2013 and also apprehended once again in 2015. And it's a common knowledge probably that he's a scamster and a fraud. So obviously the big question is, why would TTV Dinakaran trust Sukesh Chandrasekhar with 50 lakh rupees for doing this deal? But having said that, sources say that Delhi police also believes that they've got some kind of evidence and the phone conversations probably between TTV Dinakaran and Sukesh Chandrasekhar. So if they're able to put these phone conversations and also trace the money trail of that 3.5 crore rupees that was found with Sukesh Chandrasekhar during the time of his arrest, then for all we know, Dinakaran might not return to Chennai and might get arrested there in Delhi.
Absolutely. Priyamvata, you know, all this while, despite the FERA violation case against him, the cash for vote scam, then the bribery charges, TTV Dinakaran has maintained a very cool and a calm composure. Do you think that now the pressure is now building at a time when there are also talks of a possible merger between OPS and EPS?
Well, I think Dinakaran has been maintaining an extremely poised, cool pace for quite some time, until, of course, 2 or 3 days back when the Sukesh Chandrasekhar issue came out, and also from the time that Edapadi Palaniswamy, senior leaders in the AIADMK openly started saying that it's important to save the party than the family. So clearly looks like Dinakaran has been sidelined. So that's the reason why 2 days back he had tweeted saying that he's ready to step down. He's ready to go away for the sake of the party built by J. Jayalalitha.
Absolutely.
So obviously now with 3 more years of power left for the AIADMK, the concentration, whether handpicked by Shashikala or Dinakaran, the MLAs want to keep the party together and retrieve the two-leaf symbol, and they obviously do not want to antagonize the centre, which has definitely cornered otherwise fool Dinakaran, who is used to power all these years.
Right, that's true. And, you know, Ilma, Sukesh Chandrasekhar, the alleged middleman, a person who has been a known offender, a habitual lawbreaker, who has been spilling the beans ever since he was taken into custody, will, you know, the Delhi police also be questioning a few election commission officials as well? Is there evidence to indict them? Is there evidence, you know, against the election commission officials' involvement in this corruption case?
Well, so far, Avantika, all we know is that the Delhi police have mounting evidence against Sukesh Chandrasekhar and also against TTV Dinakaran. Whether the election commission had any party to it, whether Sukesh Chandrasekhar was in touch with anyone from the election commission, those are questions still that need to be answered. So far, the Delhi police has formed a strong link between TTV Dinakaran and between Sukesh Chandrasekhar. We know that because of the fact that the summon has been issued to Dinakaran. We also know that there were certain messages, WhatsApp messages from Dinakaran that were found on Sukesh Chandrasekhar's phone. We've also seen that Delhi police has looked at call records and found ample evidence that they could have been in touch. Whether the election commission officials, some of them were involved in this whole scam, we do not know as yet. What we know is that the Delhi police is trying to exactly establish that. The Delhi police will be asking Sukesh Chandrasekhar how it is that he got in touch with him. The Delhi police will also be asking what assurances were given to TTV Dinakaran by Sukesh Chandrasekhar. So if there were any assurances given to it, it could imply that maybe Sukesh Chandrasekhar was in touch with someone from the election commission. But for now, it's at a nascent stage. We know that evidence is mounting up against Chandrasekhar and Dinakaran for now, Avantika.
You know, Priyamata, I want to understand how will this impact TTV Dinakaran's stature that he holds in AIADMK right now, presently. What would be the political repercussions of this questioning on TTV Dinakaran and his presence in the AIADMK?
Well, it all depends. If TTV Dinakaran is going to be arrested, obviously that's going to be a huge, huge blow for not just TTV Dinakaran but also entire Shashikala family, because end of the day, all these senior leaders and MLAs want to retain power for the next 3 years. So they are going to unite. And already we saw that how the merger talks have already begun. Committees have been formed between OPS team and Edappadi Palaniswamy team. So obviously Dinakaran will be forced to be sidelined. You know, after Shashikala was arrested, we saw how during the campaign TTV Dinakaran himself never used the name of Shashikala. So I think the Dinakaran will also see the same fate with all the senior leaders probably coming together to save the party and their own political positions, then taking care of a single family, because it's no more Jayalalitha era. It's a completely different era of politics that we're witnessing here in Tamil Nadu.
Well, this, you know, summon to TTV Dinakaran, I'm joined by Shalini Lobo, has come as a huge setback, isn't it, Shalini? He's here in Delhi, having to answer the questions that will be put forth to him by the Delhi police at a time when there are merger talks going on between the OPS and the EPS camps.
Well, Avantika, as far as his role in the merger talks is hardly significant, because both factions, whether it's the EPS faction and the OPS faction, have ousted Shashikala and Dinakaran. No formal resignation given in by the duo Shashikala nor Dinakaran from General Secretary and Deputy General Secretary. But his opinion is not considered at all. Formally ousted by both sections of the party. Yes, the Shashikala faction did have EPS and all the MLAs on their side at one point of time, but after she's gone behind bars, after case after case slammed against Dinakaran, allegation after allegation slammed against him, he finds himself in the soup, and the other two factions continue with their merger talks. Shashikala and Dinakaran nowhere in the picture, and also one of the conditions put forward by the OPS camp is any minister, any party worker, any MLA found in talks with Shashikala or any of her kin will be immediately expelled from the party, no questions asked. So at this point of time, Dinakaran does not really have any role to play in the party politics. Avantika.
Yes.